kind of. It's a school project, and you have to present someone from LA we admire.
Celebrity time. Who's it gonna be? Actor, athlete?
You.
Cool.
Yeah. You work hard. You help out with everything around the house. You never complain. You just do what's right, even when no one's watching.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to. Just don't make me redo my project.
The world may celebrate stars, but the ones who shine brightest are not on screen. They're family. A message from INCRadio Los Angeles.
This is INCRadio DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life here in the District of New Jersey.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to INC Radio New Jersey Satellite Studios, where we show you the fifth flavor of life. And today's flavor is that we are celebrating our fifth anniversary here in INC Radio New Jersey. Yay!
And we are actually live here in Aston, Pennsylvania. So, should we introduce ourselves? I haven't seen. We haven't done this yet since when we first started. We were in the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So let's start with all the way to the right.
Hi, I'm Sister Marisol Dagagat. I'm from the local of Winslow.
And I'm Sister Naima Walid. I'm from the local of Winslow.
Oh, we're both from Winslow. I'm Kathleen Farr Dubisman, all the way from Elizabeth. And I know we also have Jeff here with us. And once he's ready, he'll come on and say hello. All right. So before we get started, I know we have a lot to say. I can't believe it's been 5 years. Can you believe it's been 5 years?
It's so fast.
It is so fast. And I know actually we're going to start off with some photos if our tech is ready to put them up, and we're going to talk about it. So whenever our tech is ready, we have some photos from the past, from the archives. Not too many, although we have a lot of screenshots because, again, we were in the pandemic when our satellite was born. All right, so on the screen right now is the thumbnail, if everyone can see. So
that's our very first picture.
That's our very first thumbnail together.
It brings back memories of being nervous.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely.
The photos don't look nervous, though. I know. I remember this hairstyle, Naima. I was like, "Wow, that was amazing." All right, our next photo. I know we have another one. This one was our entire crew when we first started. So shout out to everyone on the screen. We don't have the chat live right now, so if they're on, and I was gonna say the pictures are so small. We want to shout out brother LJ Newcomb, right? And we also have Philip. I think this is on the left hand. Kason. Is this Kason?
That's Brother Kason.
And we have Sister Isabella for our graphics, Sister ZJ for our graphics, and then Chris Valdez and Nikki Valdez, part of our crew as well as editors and graphics and correspondents. And then, oh no, that's Ellis next to Jeff on the top left. I thought it was Brother LJ. Brother LJ is on the bottom along with Jack Boyeza. And then we have Samara Inocencio, part of our BTS crew. Sir Marisol, I think you know this one on the right.
I know this guy.
On the right.
This guy. Hi, Brother Brian.
Brother Brian Dagdat. All right, and that's Sister Marisol. We have Sister Grace, Sister Camille Carino. She's also from Winslow. Sister Mylene, and then last but not least, we have Sister Sadie. Oh, and Sister Sai Garoda, and Sister Karen. All right, that was our crew when we first started 5 years ago. So we're saying that now because it's going to be part of our trivia.
So this mental note, don't forget.
Yeah, we have one more photo, a fun one that we'd like to share with everyone. This is from our first meeting when we were planning and preparing. This is testing the background. That's Brother Jeff in the background. And that was our original logo. So that was 5 years ago. All right.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a good, I was going to say, does that bring back memories?
Yes.
A lot. Especially during the first time we started, because it was during the pandemic. So we kind of were all in our own space and trying to figure that out, and lighting and all that stuff was fun.
Yeah,
I've learned so much since then.
Yes.
I was going to say, you're a pro because Marisol, if anyone follows her on social media, it is amazing. It's like she should have her own show. You should definitely have your own show. You are, editing. I mean, you're a segment producer now. So, I mean, did you think you would do that?
No, not at all.
All right, we're going to start with our first question. Which episode has been the most memorable for you? We're going to start off with Naima.
So for me, one of the most memorable was the variation of cheesesteaks, like your favorite. How do you like your cheesesteak? And I think that was like kind of like piggybacking off of like the championship in Philly, because Philadelphia is like Philadelphia cheesesteaks known for like cheesesteaks. So
yeah, that's the one your brother was on. He actually cooked cheesesteaks with us on air. Right? Right? So shout out to you, Ahmad, for doing that with us. Yeah, I remember the cheesesteaks. And how do you like your cheesesteak, Naima?
What is it?
The pizza cheesesteak?
No. No cheese at all.
Okay.
What is it? Amorosa rolls and what is it? No cheese.
No cheese.
I said it already.
Yeah.
Mayo, salt, pepper, ketchup, maybe.
Onions?
Yeah, onions, fried onions.
Fried onions.
Everything's good with mayo.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, Marisol, what about you? What's the most memorable episode for you
me,
so
the
far?
most memorable, I would say there's two most memorable for me. The first one is the very first show because that's like my debut. I remember how nervous I was. So that was very memorable. And then the second most memorable is the very first episode where I was the resource speaker. So it's nerve-wracking enough to be a host of INCRadio. What more for the show to rely on you? I remember it was the episode was about falls in the elderly. Do you remember that?
Yes. Was that the one we did here? No. We did an episode here in Aston.
Oh no, that's stretching exercises.
Stretching.
The very first one where I was a resource speaker was falls in the elderly. That's memorable for me because I learned so much, and like I reviewed everything just to be prepared for the show. How about you, Leia?
All right. Well, for me, and I see that brother Jeff might almost be ready to join us. The most memorable one for me, I hate to say this, I feel like I'm a broken record. It's the strange food combinations, Papa Itan and cheesecake. So, Jeff, if you're ready to jump in, let us know what your most memorable episode is.
Yeah, honestly, that's the one. It's the Papa Itan and cheesecake, because who would ever thought it would be a combination? And who knows what combinations are happening now here in Bergen?
Oh, you're having a picnic today. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is that to celebrate INC Radio's 5th anniversary? It is, right?
Sure. I think it's to celebrate everything. But you know how it is. Like we have so many episodes. Like, can you imagine we're at 5? I can't even believe we would even be like at 5 months. So we have so many episodes that they kind of just, they have their own character.
Yeah.
I know, we are holding hand. Hand clap. Crazy.
We're ready to start kindergarten. We're ready to start kindergarten. All right. For our live viewers in the live chat, let us know what is your most memorable episode as well. I never figured out. Do you eat the papaitan and then you have a bite of the cheesecake, or do you follow it? Anyway, that's still something that we haven't put to test. Okay. Well, before we get on to more serious things about our experiences here on INC Radio, can we have a video, please? We have 3, so let's see the first one. Bartek is ready.
At 1 p.m. Eastern Time, tune in on
INC Radio, New Jersey. Hi everyone, I am Sister Camille. I'm Brother Kason.
I'm Brother Uncle.
Weather report from INC Radio, New Jersey. Now that it is August, this week's episode, we are talking about going back to school. But summer isn't over. We'll also be talking about our favorite summer moments.
And we'll also have the weekend weather update for the District of New Jersey.
We invite you to join our conversation by posting your favorite summer moments and your tips in preparing to go back to school.
This Saturday, August 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and tune in on
INC Radio, New Jersey.
They're growing now. See them. We need a new setup,
The supporters. I feel like Camille's ready to drive.
I know.
In high school already.
Yes, she is.
They've grown so much.
My goodness.
So there is one more, and I don't know if our tech can find it. It's the longer video. It's one of our food episodes. Okay. So if he can pull that one up, I think that's our next video, just so we can see what we were talking about. Remember this one? We always talk about this. This is the mushroom.
And I'm 11 years old.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Dagna. I am 10 years old. Hi, I am Sister Camille, and I am
Is that Caleb or
No, she has a fancy glass for her orange juice.
That's Gabriel.
It's Gabriel.
Yeah, it's Gabriel.
Can't even name my own kid.
Full of
They look
protein.
that much alike. They look that much alike.
Mushrooms when they are mixed with chicken like this, but if I eat them alone,
Yeah, so there's the one.
My parents love mushrooms.
I was gonna say, there's the one.
My favorite dish of mushrooms has got to be like spaghetti.
Someone here didn't like mushrooms.
are meaty and spaghetti
I think
is
it was
spaghetti,
Camille.
so they're like good.
Wow.
Parents love burgers.
Yeah, I think
steak,
it
and
looks like
mushrooms.
she doesn't look very happy with her mushrooms.
Thank you for
Oh,
watching.
look at her. She looks so cute.
Yeah, so that's what we're. That's one of our promos. So we just wanted to show the kids and also our food topics. Just a quick stroll down memory lane. All right, we're gonna go a little deeper since we are reflecting on 5 years of INC Radio in New Jersey. Of course, the satellite is much older than that. Okay, so next question: what is one thing you've learned from being a host? All right, Naima, you're first.
So for me, one thing I've learned is to get out your head and be over there in the camera with the people, as well as like you can't prepare enough for the show. Like it's so much that you have to prepare, and you can overthink things. But as long as you do as much as you can and pray, that's all you can ask for, honestly. So I learned a lot of preparation is most important. But then at the end of the day, get out of your head and just be with, the people.
Yeah, that one's good. Okay. All right. Before we go to Marisol, we just want to say hello to our Assistant District Supervising Minister, Brother John Bustos. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for tuning in to INC Radio New Jersey today. All right, Marisol, I know you have a lot to share. You went from not being online to almost having your own YouTube channel.
Well, what I've learned from being a host with INC Radio is I really learn how to improve my communication skills. I was a little insecure about, being English is not my primary language because I grew up in the Philippines. So you're conscious about your accent and all that. So but I learned to improve my skills and like just to be authentic of who you are. If your listeners or viewers will make comments about, like, oh, she has an accent, but it's on them, right? Like you just have to learn to be authentic and just share whatever you can put on the table, to be able to be be able to share your knowledge to your listeners, and that's what matters.
Very well said, Sister Marisol. It's good communication.
I was going to say, what accent? You have like a
Right?
New Jersey accent. I feel like, all right, what about
Thanks, radio.
What about you, Sister Cavalier?
Well, let's go to Jeff first.
Yeah.
No, let's go to Jeff first. Jeff, what is the one thing you've learned from being a host?
There's so many things. I've learned about INCRadio before I joined INCRadio. I didn't even know about it. So it's good to get aware of it and then find out what a great community, how to be able to stay connected. Honestly, we say that at the end of every show that we're able to stay connected near and far. And it really is. It's such a great community. And it's a great way to stay connected and then learn things. Like there are certain topics, learning about fatty liver disease, some of these other things that we wouldn't even know about. So, it's a learning process the whole time. And as a host, I echo what Naima says and what Marisol says. Like, the show must go on. You start with your preparation, and then you learn to improvise on the spot. But then you also trust things to God.
Yeah, well, I mean, you won the Best Male Host Award.
Yes.
So we are definitely taking notes on anything you give us notes on, Jeff. So if you can think of anything else that you want to share with us, let us know. For me, what is one thing I've learned about being a host? That the camera doesn't like all my clothes. So I think that's really one of the more frustrating parts about figuring out what to wear, because it's always the last thing that I used to think about. And now when I know there's going to be a on cam, I think I prepare like 4. 4 or 5, depending on if you're standing, you're sitting, how much of you is going to be seen. Is it cold? Is it windy? Like live reporting outside in a snowstorm, you have to figure out how to set things up. So definitely wardrobe. Learn to be more particular about shopping for wardrobe and radio. I know it seems a little superficial, but I'm sure our viewers appreciate the effort.
We can relate to you too.
Even CD Major today had to be decided upon colors. So there's a lot of details that go into what the set looks like and what you look like on camera. All right, I'm looking at the time. We have another question. What is one thing you wish you had known when you became a host? So this can be a little deep or not. So Naima, we're going to start with you.
I would say the segue about the outfit conversation, it's like not being able to wear the same outfit twice. Like,
that's a good excuse to go about things.
Yeah, right. So thinking about, I don't want to wear the same thing, or maybe adding a little blazer to change it up. But yeah, outfits, I would say definitely.
Okay, what about you, Marisol?
Well, I'm gonna give a deep answer here.
That's okay. You can switch it out.
What is it that I wish I knew before I became a host? I wish I knew how involved it is. For those for our avid viewers and listeners, it's not just about showing up on Saturday. There's more to it than just showing up on cam every Saturday. So it's a lot of it's commitment, it's involvement. But come to think of it, at the end of the day, if there are times where I feel like I'd rather be with my family, on a weekend, but I always go back to why I am doing this. Why am I part of the radio? Because I know that this is a platform that our administration has for all the brethren. And just going back to the reason why you're doing it, it's going to erase whatever it is that, if you feel like you'd rather be here, then it's going to take over that thinking of yours, and I'm still happy to be here, every Saturday, because I know that God is using us, like we are blessed to have our skills and our talents to be here. Not everyone can be here, right? So we feel blessed and privileged and honored to be on the show.
No, that's true. And before we go to Jeff for his answer, we want to say hello to brother Ronaldo A. Valdez, all the way from Johnsonville. I know we have a lot of live viewers in our live chat. We're gonna try to get to everyone, but before we run out of time. All right, Jeff, we want to go to you before we run out of time. What is one thing you wish you would have known before you became a host? Hopefully you won't change your mind.
I wish I knew how expansive it was, because once again, there's so many people involved, so much to do. And yes, Maricel, echoing what you said, it is a lot of work, but it's very rewarding. Like, how much fun do we have? Like, that's why we're still doing it after 5 years, because it is really fun to stay connected with each other, and then also the other studios, and then also our brethren near and far, and being able to chat and greet, and it is a lot of work. But I wish I knew how much work it would be, how it would how rewarding it would be. And then also in terms of being able to just go with the flow, and for example, right now broadcasting from a park it's not quite in the middle of nowhere, but it's on one of the corners of Jersey. So yeah, there's so much to unpack.
Awesome. We do have one more question before we go to our trivia. Oh, and I'm looking at the time. We're running out of time. Okay, since we're talking about rewarding experiences, that is our next question. How is being an INCRadio host, producer, just being involved with the show been a rewarding experience, starting with Naima?
It's opened up a lot of opportunities for me to participate in the church activities, not just in INCRadio, but just like internationally. I would say this has been rewarding. God has been blessing me for this opportunity to start, but then also like foreseeing things that came within the future and are coming in the future. I think Brother Manley recruited me in C3 when it was like, it was almost 20 years ago, C3, 10 years ago, actually. And then who knew that this would start to, have me here. So I would say, when someone sees something in you, take it on. Don't I don't know. Like really trust that there's a path that you are on, and God is leading you to greater things. So this is definitely something I would say a rewarding experience for sure.
I'd say working with you, Naima, has been a bit of a starstruck experience, because I remember you on the stage of the C3 for the closing ceremonies, and it's like, wow, she's amazing. And then it's like, oh, we're on the show together. All right, what about you, Maricel?
For the Lord.
Well, for me, the most rewarding, like I said earlier, being a host is the most rewarding for me. Is I know that I'm doing it to support our church administration, but not only that. I think one of the most rewarding is having friends like you, like getting to know you. I feel like I want to cry. Seriously, like knowing you guys. I mean, I've known Sister Naima because she's from our locale, but Brother Jeff and Leia and the behind the scenes crew, knowing that I have expanded my network, like whenever we have district activities, I don't just hang out with the brethren in my locale. Now I know that I know a lot from the, from the District of New Jersey, and not only like the host and the behind the scenes crew, but also our listeners who would approach you like, hey, I'm this and that. So it's nice having a lot of friends now just from being a host of INCRadio. So it is like that's one of my most favorite rewarding experiences.
All right, I don't want to preempt Jeff, so I'm going to save my answer. Go ahead, Jeff. You're next. How has this been a rewarding experience for you?
It's such a rewarding experience because I never thought I would do this. Okay, it's funny being a host. I actually like to be behind the scenes. If you know me, I like to take pictures. I might not share them all, but it's a different world being in front of the camera and being, part of the voice, and being entrusted with that, because it is a lot of trust that someone puts on your shoulders, and to carry that trust is and it's just rewarding that way, because to feel that trust that someone gives, and then also to give it out to others, and then be able to share everything with other people. It just really is. It's a beautiful thing.
Awesome. I was going to say, Marisol, we do spend a lot of time together. You think about all the meetings we have every week, text messages. I feel like I text you every day with different things we have to do. So it is definitely a connection, a bond that we wouldn't have if it wasn't for INC Radio. What I want to add is I want to shout out Brother Jason Dulalas. And how this has been a rewarding experience for me is because he was the one, when we were still in Northeastern Seaboard, who said, I think you should be on INC Radio. I think you can do this. I think you can be on camera. I think you have the talent to run the show. And I, at the beginning, was like, no way. You think I am?
And then turns out Leah, you've been the mentor to me and everyone else. So any honors and accolades, any recognition that we get really goes on to you and Sister Grace and those who were actually part of the crew, part of the pioneering crew before us. So yeah, a testament to you is that we're here after 5 years.
Jeff, don't make me cry.
You're great, Leia. We learn a lot from you. I learned a lot.
We're all learning. I'm still learning. But I wanted to say it's been a rewarding experience because it has strengthened my faith in trusting in the leaders that are put before us to guide us, exactly what Naima said earlier, to where we can be, where we can show our talents and help the brethren, help the church administration. We all know the pandemic during that time was a very difficult time for everyone. And I think we were able to uplift. We laughed a lot. We talked a lot about food, which made us happy. So that's what I wanted to share for that. All right, we are running out of time. We're going to go to our trivia questions for our team live chat. We see you there. We're going to go to our trivia questions, so please get your fingers ready. For our first question, we're going to go to Marisol.
All right, you better know this. No, I don't really expect you to know this, but what is the date of the first airing of INC Radio New Jersey 5 years ago?
Yeah, so it's 5 years ago, so you can do the math on 5. And these prizes I don't know if you can see on the screen, these are the prizes that we have to give, minus the mugs. These belong to the host. So we can't send you cake, but maybe we can in some special way. We can send you some mango cake. But yeah, so these are the prizes. And I think Marisol, if you can hold up, we also have keychains for our live viewers. All right, so next question, Naima.
So name 3 of the CWS kid reporters.
Yeah, you saw them earlier. So if you know their names, do your best. We won't grade on spelling. So if it's just grade on spelling. And then for the last one, name all of the original hosts. If you saw the poster from the beginning, they all had names and titles underneath hosts. So we're actually running out of time. So we're going to go straight to our hashtag winners. We're not going to wait for the bumper. So go ahead and announce them, Naima.
All right. So for our honorable mention, we have the local congregation of Bergen. Woo! Yes. For our third place winner, we have the local congregation of Bayonne. Good job, Bayonne. For second place, we have Sister Marisol and I. And last but not least, we have where we are, the congregation of.
I see you in there, Sister Grace, in the live chat, hashtagging Aston. Yeah. All right, we're going to go real quick through our live viewers. So, we do want to shout out the winners from last week's Philadelphia anniversary trivia. So, Sister Michelle Rizal, you are the big winner because you got 2 of the questions right and you were first. So we'll see you next week in Elizabeth and we'll give you your prize. And also the other prize goes to Brother Abe because he was the only one who knew the name of the street. Lisa. All right. We want to say hello to Alex and Rita from Orange County, California, Mary Oka from Brixtonville, Caloca North, Sister Flo Guillermo all the way from Oregon, Jeb Barrientos from Orange County, California, Lionel Ornado, greetings, Washington, D.C. And we also want to say hello to Brother James Malabanan. He's here with us on site. Thanks for supporting our show, Brother James. And we want to say hello to Karen Jackson, Flo Guillermo. Oh, we said Grace Evangelista, Rebecca Fernandez. Hello, Sister Becky. Anna Kagingin, Shay Diana Palacio, my mom, Gregoria Fajardo, and Maan Fernandez. We also have some comments we can't read, but I do want to highlight Sister Diane. She is requesting a basic car maintenance topic next. All right, we got to find a mechanic. And we also want to say from Sister Karen, as a host, I learned about great teamwork and how we can bring important information to our listeners. Yes, and it is rewarding working with great people. So that's from her. Okay, last but not least, Sister Maricel, what do we have upcoming for activities?
For our upcoming activities, on this coming Sunday, we have the Finance Special Gathering in Philadelphia and beyond. And as always, please check with your local congregation for details on local events and the daily Bible study schedule.
All right, we have like half a second for shout outs. Okay, Naima, who do you want to shout out?
A good friend of mine, her birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday, Akila. And my mom and, of course, my brother Ahmad and the local congregation of Winslow.
All right, Maricel.
All right, just one big shout out to the newest member of the Dagatot clan, Sarah Penelope. Welcome to our family.
Nice. Yeah. All right, and Jeff, over where you are, what's your shout out?
All right, big shout out to the locale of Bergen.
Thanks for joining our celebration, Bergen. Jeff, you got to talk to show them on air. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Once again, locale of Bergen.
All right, for our shout outs before we go to our closing, we want to shout out some special folks who've helped us throughout the years. We have behind the scenes today Philip de Guzman, Ava Evangelista, Grace Evangelista, our multimedia advisor, Brother James Malabanan. We also want to shout out those who joined us in our previous shows: Erica Celestino, Romano, Teresa Castro, Ahmad Bulid, Anuela Gadia, Fernand Dunca, and Sister Harney from Texas. All right, we need to close out the show.
All right. And that's our show for today. Thank you for everyone who tuned in for today's show and celebrated with us our 5th year anniversary. If you found this value in our discussion today, please like or subscribe for more content that you might like. And if you think that this episode would be helpful to someone you know, please share the link. I think the link is below.
Yeah,
below. And tell them about the topics that we are discussing. I think that's it.
All right. And before we go, we'd like to actually shout out also INCRadio New York, because we're always over time. So shout out to you, INCRadio New York, for the extra time, especially today. But we'd like to thank the church administration for their continuous support in INCRadio and allowing us to have a show where we can stay connected and learn together and celebrate moments like this together. We want to acknowledge our Assistant District Supervising Minister, Brother Ruben Busos Jr., our Christian Family Organization Overseer, Brother Royal Malin, and our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother James Malabanan.
And we especially thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo Manalo, and our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo. And also thank you to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray.
Before we say goodbye, we thank again all of our viewers for taking the time to watch this episode. See you on the next episode of INC Radio New Jersey.
This is INC Radio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.